Hello guys, this is H to the Usky here, back with some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm 1v1 action. Nah, I'm just watching a bit too much StarCraft. But anyways, I need to come up with a catchy intro. I always feel like I mess up with words when I'm talking too fast and trying to explain everything at the... Yeah, I'm actually a horrible commentator, so hopefully with this experience of commentating these 2v2s and stuff, I'll actually get better. And if you guys have any type of games that you want to send me, you could just like hook me up like with a PM on YouTube and say, yo, I got some bangarang clips here and I want you to commentate them, and I'm like, okay, cool dog, but first, yeah. So I could give you all the info that you would need to hook me up with some of your clips so I can commentate over those. I think it would be more fun doing that, because in these games I kinda already know what's gonna happen next. So anyways, if you didn't watch the first game, I recommend you do that, because then you'll know kind of more information about Mystery Man. But right now, it's going to be a 2v2 against me and Zeeny against Tbone and Mystery Man. Now, Mystery Man could be one of two people, because the account is used by two people, so it could be Comet or it could be Bio, but we won't know until the end of the game when I reveal that to you. And so far, you can see that I'm maging, which is actually awesome, but that actually sounded really gay how I said that. Oh, sorry, guys. Anyways, yeah, I'm maging, which I actually mage a lot ever since I got 90 magic, but that's a whole nother story. And go for the K-10 there, and they're going to get up. And I get the double 10 off again, and he's probably just going to ladder hop and try to get up. Actually, 2 splashes. Let's count them up. No cast there. I casted barricades, actually. 3 splashes. 4 splashes. And the final 5. Nope, but just 4 splashes. So, not a bad splash rate, but I thought it was at the very beginning or something. So, not too bad. But I used all my explosive potions, so thankfully Zeeny gives me more. I'm like, ah, thanks, buddy. I should really K'd, and he should really Tinder myself, but I think he K'd, so he couldn't actually get the Tinder off in time, because this is actually before the auto-pathing update. When your barricade, if you're standing on top of a barricade and you use a tinderbox on it, you always go in the west direction, and it's instantaneous. You don't dance around it anymore, so I actually thought that was one of the plus sides of the auto-pathing update, but the negative side of the auto-pathing update, okay, they're going to be down spot. I can't really get into that until I get another refreeze. But right now I'm going for the refreeze, and ooh, and this could be a pass right here, but fortunately I actually do get the click, and it safes. So that was a nice safe by me, right click Dan. Couldn't actually get that without a right click, so props to me. And I'm trying to get another cast off, and now they're both kind of restocking. I kind of told my PK Dev, yo, you can go stock now. So anyways, while we're in this kind of blank space of time, we can talk about the auto-pathing update. So basically what it does now is that you can run around barricades that are just set by themselves. So if there's just one lone standing barricade, the auto-pathing system will run you automatically around it, and it looks like he's going to be up, but my autocast saves the day. So yeah, a lot of Castle Wars players have been really hating on this update. Go for the tin and K'd and then tin, but no, the system doesn't like me. But since I did that, he used 1 barricade there, which is good, 1 barricade. And I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to K'd, and I'm going to run under again. He clicked again 2 barricades, so he used up 2 barricades, and I catch the freeze. Maybe wondering, why are you standing in this spot, Dan? Well, if the flag were to drop, it'd drop right underneath my square, because if you're in front of a barrier or some weird object where you can't drop the flag, it always goes north, then south, then east, then west. And that's always the order of it. So now I'm trying to tind ahead. I don't know why I tried to bucket there, because that actually would have been pretty bad for me. I'm standing, running on top of them, and that's actually a good thing. And usually you want to cast right there, because that's the opportune moment where they could be running underground, or they can be running to big doors and cutting you off just like that if they're slightly ahead of you. So it's always good to cast when you're at like this corner of the steps always a good idea to go for a cast. And now I'm trying to cast him so I can actually go restock. But there's actually a Cade around that corner that I didn't see. It was out of the corner of my eye, and now he's going to be up. Tell Zeeny to start Cade tending like crazy, and I actually do get the cast. I should restock, but I told my PK Def, yo, buddy, you can restock. And this other guy in the way, he's doing raspberries, if you didn't see him, look. And the guy's pretty mad at him. He's like, he's doing raspberries, I'm pissed. So actually trying to go for all these last second Cade tenders so that they mess up, but it's actually not working in my favor. They're actually getting all the pit hits on all that. I splash, and so I'm just gonna Cade tend early because I have buckets anyways. I'm just gonna bucket explode, but I totally mess up on that too. And I go for an auto cast when I should have went for manual cast, so it could have been some spaces back, and I go for the pass and get it, which is really nice. And now I freeze both. I'm like, you know what, I'm out of Cades, and he has Cades, he can go up early. I told him to kill that guy first, then go up and be ready with a ZGS on the other guy. So I'm just going to start restocking, and restocking is another issue that I want to talk to you guys about, is that it's this period of time in which that you are stocking and you can't like take 5 like you would on pre-EOC. Actually got a freeze there but didn't kill him, which is actually really nice, but he can suicide, so, and restock on explosive potions, but he can't stock up on barricades, which is actually really nice if they're going to Cade small doors or something. My partner does get a ZGS, but it is on the steps because he ran all the way backwards. Now I'm just trying to get some cast on the mystery man, Pale Snail. And as you can see, he's not in all that good of gear, Armadillo or anything, because my partner was in Armadillo, but I was in Carol, so it's kind of just an even thing or whatever. So I'm trying to step there, but I'm failing really bad. I'm like, oh, I don't have explosives now, and I only have one chance. And you know what, I'm actually struggling really hard on getting these auto casts in because I've been so used to this. I mean the manual cast in, because I'm so used to the auto cast, and the auto cast is actually not that slower. If you've played Respawn and you've played other games, you'll know what a really delayed auto cast feels like. So yeah, I'm getting. I usually do the auto cast when they're kind of ahead in a sense, like they're gonna be going out big doors or something. I go for it when I need to. Going for a pass, I can't actually click that, unfortunately, and I'm trying to get a cast and Zeeny run backwards. I'm like, what? And then they're all kind of ahead, and I'm going for a cast and opening the big doors and all this other stuff. Should be switching to my mage book or something, but they're way too far ahead. But I'm gonna chase anyways, because I think, well, maybe I can get one cast over the thing, and that guy isn't setting any Cades. So I just need to cast over small doors once. I have my manual cast ready. I just have to get my mouse in the right position. And I usually miss that window of opportunity. I'm not looking in the right spot. I'm trying to look at the mini-map rather than looking at you're using your spell on and then you see that opportune moment. But I also did notice if you do get that lucky cast over the wall, they're usually not frozen because of some weird system thing. So I'll have to look into that, if that even actually does catch a freeze or not catch a freeze. And now all these spastic barricades are everywhere because I was trying to get off smalls and they were cading off areas. So I'm trying to get my Cade off and tend. And one splash. And I got him on the second cast, and I bucket the Cade. So now he's pretty much done for, and I can start casting away. And I restocked on band-aids because that's always important. I'm out of explosive potions, which is really bad. Should have tended what was under Zeeny, but I'm waiting for him to tend it for me, but he didn't. And good thing there was that nice formation of Cades right there that got him stuck. That's the other thing. If that formation was there after this auto-pathing update, they would automatically run around that instead of getting stuck on that type of formation. I mess up really bad right there. I'm saying Zeeny, hope you got a ZGS on spawn type of thing, and he doesn't. But I do freeze him, but the other one got a splash, so I'm trying to get that cast, and he does ZGS him right here. This is when I go on the wall and cast. If they are on this wall in this scenario, you should always go up on the wall if they're ladder hopping like this, unless the other partner is close where they can pass. But even though there's a barricade there, you can actually go down from that step, so that's why I recommend actually going up on the wall so you can apply damage. But there's a kid under him again, and they're just going to go for that way. Trying to get the over the wall cast, but I accidentally click on the wrong one, and I actually don't think they're going from middle. I think they're going to go under and then cut up middle or something. I have no idea. And got that one. Gonna run straight through middle again. And I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I only have 4 Cades. And I actually don't remember this at all. I see one coming from bigs and one coming from smalls. So I'm like, oh, probably smalls is PKDF because he says he's coming. And then this one is the guy without the flag. So I'm guessing they're going to be at small doors because he's trying to in a huff to get the small doors. And I see another green dot on the map, but that is a watcher. And there's another green dot on the map. So I'm like, oh, okay, so it is a score. And I get a cast and go up, and my sound effects are on, and I do catch the freeze. And I'm happy about that. I'm out of run energy, and I'm like, oh, I should probably use one of these bandits or just turn on my run again and be ahead of the game. When I did ooh, that's a nice move. I stood under the score, and I started casting the other score. I think I froze the other score on the steps, which is actually pretty nice. I'm just going for it, and I'm hoping... I'm sensing a pass coming, so I'm trying to stay on that, but now I'm going for this, and I actually do get the cast, so I'm like, yes! So I just need to apply loads of damage. I only have 3 Cades left. Hitting pretty high, he's pretty low HP. I think he dies right here, but he doesn't, so he's getting healed by his partner, but this is actually a blessing in disguise, because now he's low HP and the other partner is frozen, and now I can just cast away, and if I get one good hit on him, he should be dead. So I actually do freeze him, and he does die. So it was actually a blessing in disguise. At first I was like, oh shit, he didn't die, and his partner was doing that, but that way the partner couldn't pit it by any chance whatsoever. So I just tinted those barricades, and now I'm getting down. And this is where I show you my super secret I'm gonna safe the flag trick. This is what you should always do in these small game scenarios. Set one right here, and one right here, and you safe the flag. And that means it's auto-safe. You automatically safed it, and it's the fairest way to safe it because every flag is auto-safe. Now, there is a time discretion. If you're in a 3v3, you shouldn't really be doing that if there is one just camping on Reb, because that's unfair for the defense altogether, because there's no one back on defense. So if you are in a 3v3 and you know some guys on the rep, just safe it on the South Rocks or the Catapult by suiciding yourself. But anyways, in small games, 2v2s, it's fair because you're supposed to restock and die in all this time anyway, so I think it's the most fair way of safing a flag. It's the most fastest, and you don't have to go up on a wall or to a South Rocks or anything to like safe it. It's very convenient. Pot and have my barrage ready. I think one's already up, and I tell my PKDF to go to spawn, but of course I was probably too late on that communication. He tells me to blow that barricade so he can ZGS, and I'm like, oh, good, because I wasn't ready. I bucketed that cage just in case he did splash or something, but now realizing it, I used 2 explosive potions, which is actually really bad, and I only have 1 left. It could potentially pass right here, looking for it. And trying to get down early, go for the Cade tin, and hopefully Zeeny's ready on his Cade tin part. I'm trying to bucket backwards, not doing too hot, trying to step sideways, Cade, and let's see how far we go. I don't know why I tinted that, but I'm actually just going for this way, and I think I don't even... Yep, I don't even manual cast. And here they could potentially pass again. And I actually get the right click and safe it. So I don't know if I'm getting lucky about the PID or if he isn't just clicking in the right spot or anything. Here I have this thing, so I'm just going to last second Cade and cast him. And then Cade again. So he uses explosives. So I'm like, yeah. So now he's frozen here. Free Willy, Tbone. Frozen here. My plan, I'm going to tin the 2 Ks and then set a K'd under me and tinned it. So, I don't know why this is my plan. I should probably do that and then K'd again under myself. So he has to explode 2 if he wants to get past in a faster amount of time. I actually get the retinder off. And now he's refrozen on 3rd floor, so that was actually a good retinder by me. But it's all PID nowadays, so you can't actually tell if you're doing it quick or not because the PID switches every so many seconds. Even if I did do it in the right amount of time, usually that wouldn't work out. Get a pass again. Seriously, I should keep track. I think that's like 3 efficient passes or something. That one I single clicked. And I'm going for a bucket retender, and I accidentally do it a bit too early on that bucket retender. I'm like, oh, well, he's gonna bucket that, and I have to go down this way. And I'm just gonna go for a cast right here, and I actually do get him with the sound effects, but I went down the ladder, and they're gonna pass right away, and they do, and I don't get the cast in there. I'm assuming there's gonna be a barricade under him, so I'm trying to like go the route where I'm using less explosive potions, and I actually do get the cast, which is actually pretty convenient. And so I'm just casting away and splashing a lot, actually. Wish I would be hitting more. Trying to cover under, I told Zeeny, go to middle and cover middle. And I'll tell you if they go under or not. So I'm trying to get under-ish, and so he tries to go under and backsteps, and it's actually pretty hilarious. He doesn't know what he's doing. Now he's frozen, trying to get a pass again, and this is where my luck ends on the passes. So I splash on him too. Tell him Zeeny, it's going straight mid, and I'm messing up on this barricade. I'm like, oh, I thought I used an explosive potion on that. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm actually getting some nice casting, and he ZGS splashes at middle, and I cast again, so that's a bunch of splashes all in one order. I told him to K'd up middle and start tending, but maybe he only had 1 barricade, or maybe he was expecting a ZGS to hit, so get 1 more cast over the wall. I'm like, hey, he's not moving from that spot much, so I'm just actually going to go for that cast. Don't think it freezes him because they eventually score, but my partner says, ooh, I killed him type of thing. Right as I was about to run back, I was like, ooh, I killed him. And I'm like, oh, really, really, really? Did you get it? And he's like, nah, I actually didn't get it. So I'm like, ooh, that's pretty bad, because I thought he did get it. Apparently he just knocked him out or something, so he must have hit really high with the ZGS and he died, and it was just PID versus PID, and that's sort of the luck system on here. I figure that the PID system on here is kind of fair in a way, because if you got 2 people and you just killed 1 person, you're more likely to get a flag drop if they're both next to the flag drop and clicking the flag drop at the same time, rather than the other person, unless the other person gets like a lucky PID. So it's like a luck thing too, but you have like twice of the chance if you have 2 people trying to click a flag on your team, rather than having only 1 person from the other team trying to click the flag. So it's always a risk. So for passes, for the most part, if you can efficiently click a pass, it's probably best off. Pot again, and I'm down to 1 dose of mage pot left. Don't know exactly why I'm not like doing the autocast. There we go. Think I'm just going to wait for them, because I kind of figured they'd come quick, because it's 3 minutes left and they have to score 1 more to beat us. But I'm going for a last second K'd Tinder, and it's not working, but I did go for a last second K'd, and I think actually PID K'd. I was like, ooh, whoopsie doodles. So I'm just trying to get through here. I'm going to try to set a K'd under him, and K'd Tin, and then K'd again, but he runs through that one. And now I'm just going to go up, last second twice, go to the side and tin that, and I have my retinder ready. And he does, I think Zeeny bucketed and exploded it, and I'm going for another tinder thingy, but it's actually not working. But now I got 1 of them casted, and the other one is not casted, but Zeeny's up there. Rule for the future for anyone who is in competitive Castle Wars: unless you're in a huge game, never have a PK def go on the 4th floor ever, because 1, in small games you can't really use a spear or anything. Go for a cast and accidentally miss it, and refreeze him, go for the cast again, and he repicks it up. So I don't know if it's about my speed or whatnot, But we're trying to get a recast on this guy so he can't clear our spawn when our PK def is ahead. Trying to bucket that, but actually it doesn't work. But I do freeze him. And now I'm just K-tinning this off. And then he has to go all the way around. I'm trying to go for a manual cast and tinned it off, but it doesn't work out. I tin wide, he tin straight. And that actually looked quite beautiful. How we both tinned it at the same time type of thing. So yeah, chemistry works out pretty nice. It's 1 minute and we're kind of like, I'm gonna standing right here just so that they can't risk a pass. Wow, and he K's us out. I'm like, oh, now I'm failing on explosive potions and stuff. You know, he's going out big doors trying to get, maybe I could get a manual cast. So usually if they're out of base, I switch to manual cast, which is actually a good habit. But sometimes you have to switch back to the inventory so you can explode, and that's the end of the game. So you may be wondering, well, Dan, you never told us who the mystery man was. And so I'm going to show you some nice old screenshots. And well, there you go. Now you know who the mystery man was. So hope you guys have a good day, and see ya.